Okay, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Can anybody hear me? Anybody? Can anybody hear me? You know what? Yeah, I need to change this. Anybody? Okay, I can hear me. Can anybody hear me? You know what? Yeah, I need to change this. Yeah, I can hear me. I can hear me. Can anybody hear me? You know what? Yeah, I need to change this. Yeah, I can hear me. Okay. Yeah, pause. I can hear me. Vaughn. Okay. So my bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. I hope y'all can hear me now. But now I don't even feel like being alive no more because nobody could hear. Y'all couldn't hear nothing I was saying in the beginning of my live. Like that sucked real bad. But all I was saying was that Jewel, I was gonna say Joy, good Lord. Jewel of God, y'all, she left a comment on my live the other day. And I had read it and I hearted it because I'm like, she has a really good point. Like, um, but what I was gonna say was that I understand, people are hearing the word play, and they're like feeling some type of way, okay? Because it's like, oh, y'all running plays. Well, hold on, y'all. Let me read the comments section so I can read y'all this real quick. So Jules in the comment section, she got 13 likes, y'all. Okay, you can hear me now, Gears. She got 13 likes. And I hearted it because it was like, right. So she said, why are any subscribers okay with content creators doing plays? Question mark. The excuse is always that the play was for an op or another content creator, but these plays affect the subscribers more than anyone else. Are subscribers just supposed to keep supporting a creator that thinks it's fun to flat out lie and get the chat all worked up from that point on? The subscribers will question if every word said is a play. It doesn't make sense to me. Well, here's my full honest opinion about that, y'all. I feel like if you are in T sector, J4K, drama channels, whatever, okay, you're going to get worked up about something. You're going to be worked up about something because it's drama, it's negativity, it's people cursing people out, it's tearing people down, it's comedy, it's something, right? And me personally, I've never ran a play, not a successful one. I'm gonna say that, okay? And yes, I did think it would have been fun. I did because it was childish, y'all. It wasn't nothing serious. None of us planned on going live and doing anything serious, detrimental to each other, to the point where subscribers would be so worked up. So, in my own opinion, I agree with what she's saying. However, um, whatever lie, she's referring to, there was he said, I think you covering up your mic. It's not. I'm talking as loud as I and gears. I got my volume up. I turned my mic up all the way to the max. So if y'all can't hear me, it just means the Lord don't want me to hear y'all, and I need to go to bed. I mean, want y'all to hear me. I need to go to bed. That's what that means. Can you hear me now? Because I see my thing boom. And matter of fact, I'm gonna take it off this real quick and let me see if this works. Settings, audio. Okay, let me see if this work. Okay, can y'all hear me now? How do I sound now? Do I sound low, loud? How do I sound? Because I took my headphones off. And you got to keep in mind, 2 years, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I ain't trying to be all loud and extra. How did it sound? Oh, okay, it's clear. Okay, okay. But yeah, so it's like, I don't think it's a better. Hey Tito, what you doing up? Hey Cinnabon, wait a minute. Why aren't you blue? Hold on, am I being trolled, y'all? Hold on, let me tell y'all something. I'm so sick of damn YouTube. I'm not lying. When I tell you I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Okay, I'm absolutely sick of it. Gotta go see if you being trolled. Gotta go see if cause you should be blue. Go to channel. Vaughn, I'm glad you wasn't a supporter of mine. Wait, huh? Vaughn, was a supporter of yours a long time, but I don't know what happened. Girl, why you not blue? Oh, you know what? I think when I shut my channel down, no, that's a lie. You should still have your mod stick. That's a lie. So I don't know how that happened, but we're gonna fix that. So can't nobody block you. Hold on, y'all. I'm multitasking. Well, Latrina, nothing really happened. That's the thing. Nothing actually happened. But I was just saying that I understand that people um may feel some type of way about a play being ran. But I gotta be honest with y'all. As long and this may be selfish and some people may think it's insensitive of me, but I'm just being honest. I don't really care about how nobody feel about the play that tried to be ran. Okay. And it didn't go through. Because it didn't go through. So if you feel some type of way about it, you slow. Like, what you mad about something that didn't even really happen? Like, for real. Like, I feel like some people just like to be mad about something, just to be mad. And it's like, I don't get it. And I'm not saying that that's Jewel at all. I'm not saying it's her. But I'm saying, like, if content creators want to want to do any type of content, if you don't like it, just unsubscribe. If people be running plays and then come back live and say, oh, it was a play, we was just playing, we was just doing this, and if you feel that strongly about it, don't subscribe to the channel. She said, maybe I slow. You know me as Miss Wakefield. Oh, hey, Miss Wakefield, why you change your name? I don't think nobody even knew about the play. They did in Gears. Like, not, I'm going to say this, not the public, but there were a few people behind the scenes that we informed, and we was just like, yo, we're not serious, y'all. We're literally just playing. We didn't say it's a play. It's a play. We just said we're going to be playing a little game on YouTube. So all of that, and I feel like that, but anyway, back to what I was saying. But if you feel that strongly about, you know, then you shouldn't watch none of the drama content. And I'm just keeping it real. Like, some people are known as truth tellers, some people are known as liars, some people are known as scammers, and y'all be all over YouTube still, oh, I'm neutral, or I just enjoy everybody. But then somebody say, oh, we tried to run a play, and it's like, oh my goodness, like, huh? She said, I mainly supported Nicole. Yeah, yeah, I remember you. Hey, oh, hey, Vonnie. Vonnie, you still up? But I feel like as long as she said, I can't respect the comment coming from who it came from. If you're gonna call it out all across the board. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that too, because I'm like, the lady over there is the biggest play runner I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's she literally runs plays on everybody that she come across. And if you ain't been a part of a play, you're going to be a part of one against your own will, or even knowingly, because she does like to play games. I mean, that's her whole damn channel. But hey, Joe. But It just be killing me how people like to try to make it bigger. I guess what I would want to say, y'all, is that anything that happened at all, guys, honestly, y'all, it wasn't that big of a deal. It just wasn't. Not for all of us to be out here fighting and cussing each other. And that's why when I did my live the other night, I didn't get out of character. Because to me, I'm just so far removed from of it all. It's just, it's like this isn't worth my energy. It's I'm not gonna be drained and tired and stressed out over bullshit. Like, none of it was a big deal. And I'm not, and it's not like, no, I just gotta be honest with y'all. I just feel like I'm just too grown for that. You know what I'm saying? I have friends, I have family. We don't always agree. We don't, we disagree. But I just feel like, y'all, I'm getting kind of older if I'm keeping it real. And the shit that I used to do in my 20s and, when I was a kid, I've just grown out of that. And if you feel some type of way toward me, or you, and don't get me wrong, y'all, I'm not holding no grudges against Mimi or Too Strong. It's just, to me, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We can't be calling each other friends, and y'all don't even feel comfortable to come ask me if I'm on the phone with somebody. You just assume it and you believe it. It's like, I'm just too honest of a person. And what I mean by honest is, if I have a question for my friend or I want to know something, I'm gonna ask. I'm not gonna call the next friend and ask them and come up with a story and believe it and treat my friend that way. So I don't know. I just think it's childish. You know what I'm saying? She said, Vaughn, can you take accountability though? Just a question. What am I taking accountability for, Miss Wakefield? Just ask me a question, and I give it to you. She said, I remember your husband's name starts with a T because I dated a guy with that name. Who husband? Oh, she talking to Miss Wakefield. She said, honey, why are you up? Girl, cuz I'm just up. She said, Joe, we're night owls. Jules, Jewel, cool. It looks hypocritical. Yeah, I don't get it. She said, not just the other lady over there. The content creator Jewel has been supporting for years, ran a play. I didn't see. Oh, I didn't know that. Truth is as well. I love Truth is as well. You and Bams. Yeah, Miss Wakefield. I remember that. She said, I had to say that, love, but I'm just listening. Okay, Vonnie. No, I didn't know she ran a play. But I don't know. I feel like all of YouTube is a play. She said the husband's name start with a C. Miss Wakefield, but what can you tell me what I need to take accountability for? She said you are okay, sinner. Y'all, this, oh my goodness. I want to tell y'all something so bad, but I don't feel like talking about it because then I'm gonna get irritated all over again. She said a lot, Vaughn. Well, if you can't tell me specifically what I need to take accountability for, it ain't gonna happen. I just gotta be honest. She said Jewel didn't, but the content creator she supported for years has. Oh, okay. But yeah, I feel like YouTube, the whole YouTube be running. What I mean by running plays, y'all, is with the dramatics, okay, lying on people, okay, coming up with stories, okay. But like she said, but I love you as a mother. Huh? But are you trying to say, but I love you as a wife and mother? I don't even show my wife and motherhood on here, but okay. Um, I forgot what I was going to say. I feel like everybody be running plays and shit. Like, Not everybody. Let me take that back. Not everybody. But I feel like with the performative things that we do, cussing people out, dragging them, talking shit, roasting, okay, telling the story, because none of this shit be that deep for real. It don't. Okay, like it just don't be that deep. I'm gonna say this: it ain't that deep if I'm involved. Okay, I don't. I get irritated fast over dumb shit, and I just have learned to remove myself from situations and things that make me feel like I got to come all the way outside. And I'm not just talking about on YouTube, y'all. Okay, like even in my own house. And what I think y'all like if you have kids, sometimes you can lose your temper, because you frustrated with constantly telling your kids to do the same shit over and over again. And it's like I'm really kind of getting old, y'all. I've been snapping on people and losing my shit for years. And I'm tired. I'm tired. Okay. I like peace and quiet. And if we can't work it out and talk it out and be cool, then I don't want nothing to do with you. Okay. I be trying to break up with my whole house. And it'd be like, damn, I still gotta raise y'all. Y'all ain't even old enough. And y'all know what's so funny? I was talking to someone today, and I got sad because um they can't have children. And it reminded me that, being a mother is the best burden because motherhood, raising your children, there are times and days where it gets heavy. It feels like a burden on your shoulders at times because you worry. You have to make sure, the kids eat, sleep, they're clean. You got to do homework. You got school trips, school activities. You worry if you're being a good mom. You worry if they're happy. You worry about the things that they don't have that you want them to have, the things that they have that you want to give them more of. you know, my kids aren't old enough to leave the house yet, and be out in the world and do their own thing. But motherhood is a blessing that is worth the burden. It reminded me that today. And I got so emotional because it's like the, being overwhelmed and frustrated with my kids is really a blessing because there is plenty of women out here in the world who's trying to conceive with their husbands, or they've had miscarriages, or their children have passed away before the age of 5, or the age of 18. And I'm sitting up here mad because KJ won't pick up his goldfish. It's like sometimes you just got to count your blessings. But hold on, y'all, I'll be right back. Hold on, y'all, don't go nowhere. Okay, y'all, I'm back. My bad. But yeah, right, Bonnie. It's the best blessing worth out of anything you can have in this world. Being a mother to children is a burden worth having. And I say a lot of the times, if I could go back, I would have waited to have my kids. Or if I could go back, I would have, been married first, or I would have been financially set, or I would have been a little older. But now I feel like it happened the way it was supposed to happen. And I need to be grateful that I was even able to give birth to 4 children without miscarriages. You know what I'm saying? Without any of them having any difficulties. So I look at it different because there's women out here who are older than me, got way more money than me, only trying to conceive with their husbands. You know what I'm saying? And they can't have children. So it's it's a blessing. It really is. She said it was God's timing. She said, so you don't know our children look up to, she said, so you do know our children look up to us. We have to be careful what we do and say. Right. Ms. Wakefield, I ain't gonna lie. I want to know what you want me to take accountability for. I'm not letting that slide. Like, I'm not gonna get mad. I just want you to tell me, like, keep it real with me, girl. What do you feel I need to take accountability for? You know, I said I'm easier to talk to than some folks. Okay, I ain't gonna say all because that's not true. That's not true at all. But and I just want y'all to know I was talking about the lady over there. Okay, it seems like don't nobody ask her no damn questions. They always want to ask everybody else questions except her. They just believe everything she say. But yeah, yep. Senna, what you still doing up? You at work? I only got 8 likes, y'all, and there's 14 people in here. It was more people in here, but they left because I think they thought I was finna drag old girl. But no, I ain't got nothing bad to say about her. I just feel like if you gonna be on YouTube, expect to be get worked up about something. It don't even have to be about you or anybody you care about. It's the internet. People are gonna do all types of stuff to get views, likes, cash apps. She said, you getting mad don't concern me. Trust me, the more you mature, the more you will grasp. And let me hit the like button. But why ask them? You know what? I don't even care. I don't even care. Y'all be coming in these chats like, where Miss Annette at? Because Miss Annette is the accountability police. She is the accountability police. Okay, she gonna make sure she say at least 4 times out the whole live stream. But have you taken accountability about this? And have you taken accountability about that? And what about this time you did this? And what about this time you did that? So I don't be up night. Where Miss Annette, is you in the bushes? I need Miss Annette to come in here and tell me what I need to take because she'll tell me. She'll type it out in the chat in all capital letters and be like, this is what you need to take accountability for. Okay. Foster mom. And look, I was just gonna say, where Miss Tawana? Because Miss Tawana, every time Miss Tawana get in the live or on the chat, Miss Annette be like, so you gonna take accountability? Are you gonna take accountability for, XYZ, that time you crossed the street that day and you did it'd be like, dang, Miss Annette, dang, like what? Give me a chance to get there. Or did you even hear when I said I took accountability over here? But she said she can't tell you what I think or thought. I don't know, cause I think you don't want to say, but I'm not gonna grasp it if you don't tell me what you're talking about. Cause when have I not taken accountability, and when have I been out here playing victim? I've literally tried to explain, and don't nobody want to hear me. So why do I need to take accountability when don't nobody even want to hear what I gotta say. Anytime I say any, like for example, this whole live is gonna be, oh, did y'all hear Vaughn last night? Oh my, it's gonna be twisted and turned and made to be something totally different than what it actually is. So I'm not taking accountability for something I don't know what I need to take accountability for. I'm just not doing it. She says she never says for what. I keep asking her if she won't. Oh my goodness. My goodness. I'm gonna need y'all to start taking accountability, okay, for being our subscribers and listening to us. No, I'm just playing. But I really do feel like the subscribers should take some type of accountability, like for real. Okay. All jokes aside. I really think y'all should take some type of accountability for entertaining a lot of this content that's bullshit. She said, she lying. When did you ask me, ma'am? No, 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 no. We talking about Miss Annette. We not talking about you. We not talking about you. But yeah, no. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm reading the community wall post. She said, "When did you ask me, ma'am? Who are you? Who is who? This is what I'm talking about. Y'all get mad. Why did you get mad at me? What did I do? Because I asked you to specify, okay, what I need to take accountability for." She says, Miss Annette is mad at me for knowing John. Yeah, she definitely mad at you about that. She not letting that go. She's not letting that go. Let me like this community wall post while I'm laughing my little self off. She said, "You just explained she wasn't talking to me." Um, listen, y'all. Look, I'm in a good mood. Okay, I'm actually just up because I was gonna turn on the TV and watch TV till I fell asleep, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna go live and agree that nobody should intentionally run plays with lies that get the subscribers worked up to a point where you come back and then people are like really mad at you. I don't believe in that. None of us believe in that, honestly, because our concern as a group, including Miss Tawana, was let's not do anything that will really hurt the subscribers. So it's not that we don't care about the people that support us. That's not true. We do. Um I know I do. And if since this is my live and I'm talking about me, I can honestly say I consider people's feelings way more than people actually think. Like that honestly, if I'm being completely honest, that is why I prefer not to be a part of any like group activities for real that's negative, because I majority of the time have a different opinion than the collective, and it can be perceived as I'm taking up for people or I'm going against the grain, or I want to be friends with everybody. But the truth is that as mean as hate and as mean and hateful as I can be, um, I care. And it's not necessarily about what people think. Um, I know some people describe themselves as empathic. I used to describe myself as empathic. I don't think I'm an empath like that, where it's like I can literally feel people's feelings or anything like that. I just think that my heart just is just like that. You know, and like it'd be like, oh, we ain't got to cuss out so and so because so and so is just, and it'd be like, oh, fuck so and so, and it's like, but so and so kind of got like, I'm gonna give y'all an example, okay? I'm gonna give y'all a real example. There was a time where someone was upset with, we'll say, Alec, and because it was Alec, and I was just like, we all know about Alec and what has been said about Alec and what we know to be true about Alec. Me personally, I just feel like Alec is somebody that just doesn't deserve to be cussed out. Why? Because of, I'm gonna say, the mindset. And it's like, to me, some people just, to me, I feel like if I cuss them out, I'm being a bully. Like, why would I cuss somebody out that is a part of, like, we're gonna say, the special class or whatever. Um, that, to me, I just think a little differently. And then other people feel like, well, he out here cussing us out and he making videos about me. And I'm like, true, but it's Alec. So, you know what I'm saying? Do y'all get what I'm saying? You know? But I probably shouldn't say his name too much because, it was said a long time ago that I was trying to use him and take advantage of him, but that was the furthest thing from the truth. I was actually defending him, but that didn't go well because it was said that I was using him, and it was like, how am I you? I'm trying to defend. It's like, you know what? Never fucking mind. Never mind. I won't say nothing else about him. But that's also what happens when you listen to someone who literally, is the type of person that uses people and manipulate them, for their own gain. So when they see you doing it genuinely, they feel like you trying to take their bread and butter or something. And honestly, y'all, it took me a minute to really process that. Cause it was like, she was out here swearing, telling everybody, oh, Vaughn is using him. And it was like, he has the mind of a child, and here in 2026 they doing content together dragging me. It's like, I know you fucking lying. I'm sorry, y'all. This shit really be tickling me sometimes. It really be tickling me. Like, I was like, I can't call nobody crazy. I can't say nobody is really nothing because I'm crazy for laughing and being entertained by half the shit some of these people say. Like, it's something wrong with me too, because this shit ain't, it's just not, it's not funny. But it's funny. It's like, this is, yes, foster mom had a whole fit, stay away from him, cussing me out on the phone, you know, it's like, dang, I was just trying to, but no. So that's why, this is why I stay over here in my little corner, because these folks be confusing the hell out of me. Like, no, y'all ain't got to worry about me using nobody. I can't have no friends behind the scenes because I'm scheming and conniving with everybody. I can't go live when I want to, but I can be on everybody panel when they go live. It's like, damn, like, I don't get no type of love, no type of respect around here. I'm just a little tool in the damn shed that, when people feel like they want to pull out and use and play with, they can play with. I just can't be my own person over here. Everybody is manipulating me. Everybody using me for an agenda. It's like, no, no, no. Y'all want to know what my favorite is? That I'm the mastermind behind all this shit. It'd be like, wow, for real? I did all that? Wow. Okay. Damn. I was just so easily influenced and gullible and the dumbest chick in the world. Then I go from that to being jealous and coming in between friendships and orchestrating shit. And I'm like, how when all my friends is friends with my enemies? These the damn orchestrators. Like what? Y'all, it be so funny to me. It really do. It really do. My friends be out here with everybody that can't stand me, but I'm the orchestrator. I plot and I plan and I sit up and I scheme all day on the phone with new people, old people. What I mean by old people, y'all, is old, old friends that I used to have or whatever. I'm doing all this. But all of my friends are friends with people that they can't stand me to my core. Like for real. They hate to hear my voice. They sit in the bushes, listen to me all day and night, then go live and be like, did you see this and this? And all my friends is in their chat. So it's like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Y'all win. Ooh, crispy lemon chicken pepper wings. These look good. Y'all, I made some wings last night. Not this last not it was was it Tuesday? Yeah, I made some wings on Tuesday. And y'all, they were like really good. They were regular roll fried chicken. She said, girl, I was forced to listen to that timeline she did on us tonight, and it's clear Bam gave her some glasses so she could hear us that shit. Said, girl, what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't listened to the whole thing. I listened to the part where she tried to, oh, and the subscribers, they, I, their, her, Vaughn subscribers are, she didn't say Vaughn. She said, their subscribers don't believe nothing they say. It's like, what? Your subscribers don't believe nothing you say. We were all entertained by you. That's it. That's it. I really wish people understand that. And that's another reason why I don't trip on the fact that she goes live on me day in and day out. Because it's entertainment for her, it's entertainment for the chat. Everybody that's in there, they know half the shit she's saying not true. I knew the shit she was saying wasn't true. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why even get mad? Why can you stop going? I'm not gonna ask her to stop going live on me because she not gonna stop until she get good and ready. I'm not. Hell, I hate I asked Too Strong to take the damn text messages down. They still up. They still up. Nobody listens to me. No, they are gonna make their content. They don't care if my feelings is hurt. They don't care if they ruining my reputation. They don't care if they ruining their. Nobody cares. Like this is all a game. This is some bullshit. It is. I can't say I don't want to be a part of it because they gonna make me a part of it. My damn text messages up on the community wall. What did I do? What have I done? Nothing. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really do just laugh. I be making myself laugh over here when I just think about the shit. Like, you know what? She said it was more funny than anything else because her mind plays tricks on her and she just opened her mouth and let shit fall out literally. 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 First she said, no. Here it go, here it go, here it go. First she said, I was pulling your strings. Now you pulling mine. Now I'm the orchestrator of all of it. See? Y'all see how Vaughn move? I'm like, oh my goodness. I regret the day I ever talked to you on the phone. I regret the day I ever talked to that lady over there. Ever. Ever. And for the people that's on the phone with her, I feel bad for you. I really do. I feel bad for you. I just do. Because keep in mind, she was friends with Too Strong for 5 whole years. And she trolled that girl from behind the damn scenes till she came outside. Had people spying on her and shit to get information and shit. That's some diabolical shit. I'm the villain, she the villain, Miss Tawana the villain. Frankie was the villain. Now he the most innocent person in the world. Y'all, this shit is funny. They just alike to me in many ways. She said, Vaughn, did you hear about Tina Campbell husband filing for divorce? Let's talk about that. Um, that's funny you bring that up because I was just talking about that. I really was. I have an opinion. Hmm. Okay, so my question is, why do he get to file the divorce if he was the one that was cheating? Yes, I really did. I wait, she said really I didn't hear it. Yeah, it's a real thing. Like it's real. The only thing I don't understand is why he's the one filing for divorce. And I guess you could say this is my nosy coming out because I feel like something else was going on that made him say he wanted out because from what I saw on their reality show, he was trying to fix it and she wanted a divorce at first, but he was trying to fix it. So now I want to know what the heck happened. She said maybe no, she said they been going through it since their show. I don't think they ever recovered. Maybe she could never forgive him. It changed her. He's been cheating. He's money motivated allegedly. Hmm. Well, I'm gonna say this much. I remember one episode when she was explaining to Erica that it's like she will be like, okay, I'm gonna forgive. Then he came and tell her something else. And then she forgive. Then he came and told her something else. And it was like, oh, okay. All right. So what the hell is he doing then? Okay, Senna, I love you, babe. She said, I believe he got caught again. Maybe so. But if he got caught, why he the one that get to file the divorce? That's what I'm saying. She should be filing. But I will say this though, I did go looking on her Instagram and they ain't took no pictures together in a couple years. They ain't been seen together. Well, I haven't seen them together. Cause like I was saying earlier in my live, she said cause he not in love. Yeah. I think it's gotta be that. But I wanna know exactly what happened. Like, did he get caught? And she was like, you know what? I'm gonna move out. We gonna stay married. And he was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this. Like, I wanna know what happened. But I will say, Tina is my favorite, y'all, because she's so dramatic. She's just me and her are just like we be up in arms about nothing. Maybe that's why he started cheating. Mm-mm. I don't know. I will say, I'm not. She said I used to be the same way. Yeah, I think y'all might have heard me say that. I know I keep clearing my throat, y'all, but I need to go get. I'm finna go get me a water. I'm drinking a Pepsi. I'm. I said Pepsi. I'm drinking a Sprite because I can't have caffeine. And it's really not doing my throat any justice. Hold on, y'all. Don't y'all go nowhere, okay? She said, "Oh, they've been separated 2024." Really? Okay, I'm back, y'all. You said Essence Magazine said it? Oh, wow. So this is news to us. This is news to us, and it ain't to them. Okay. You know what, y'all? I like that then. I like that because truth, if I'm being all the way honest, y'all, I think it's kind of unfair that celebrities um go through breakups or whatever, anything like super personal and it be all over the news and all over everything. I feel like that just adds not necessarily fuel to the fire, but it becomes more of a burden. You know, your failures, unaccomplishments, um, anything that goes wrong in your life, it becomes breaking news. Like I couldn't imagine if every time something happened in my personal life, it was all over the news. That would get on my nerves. Like I would just be like, you know what? But she said, Katrina, I'm reading it now. What tea? Crazy work. So yeah, they may be. She said yes, he cheated with the kids' godparent. Yo, wait, listen. I was just telling somebody that I couldn't remember if he had cheated with her friend or somebody that lived down the street or something like that. I couldn't remember. So it was the kid's godparent. That sucks. That's just that is some crazy work. Yeah. So maybe he went ahead and filed for divorce because he like, man, I'm never gonna get my wife back. I don't know. I will say this: Tina do seem like the type that's gonna put you through hell because you stepped out on her. I ain't lying. I ain't lying. I ain't lying. That's how it looks. I'm sad. Senna went to bed. Okay. Did she go to bed, y'all, or she just had to leave? Cause I was gonna ask her something. I just remembered something. I'm getting sleepy now. She said, "Look, I would too." Yes, she said it was somebody, and they're almost daily. Yeah, that's insane. Like, why would you do that? He probably still messing with her then if he filing for divorce. But I do remember it was a problem that she was always on the road. But my thing here's the thing about that though, y'all. Like, you know, I'm gonna be quiet because I'm gonna be real quiet because I just thought about something. But if it was the other way around and the man was always gone and the wife is at home, it would be people would act like that woman was the worst woman in the world. But I've noticed nowadays women be getting on other women and they be like, you know, she need to be at home taking care of her man and them kids. But like they was talking about Candy like that. And don't get me wrong, y'all. On some degree, I feel like when if y'all watched Atlanta Housewives, when Candy wanted to do she wanted to have another child, and Todd was like, "You not even home with." Matter of fact, it was Riley, her mama, and Todd all was saying the same thing. Like, you ain't even at home with Ace. You know, you really wasn't around when Riley was a kid, and you want to have another kid. Do y'all remember that? To me, it was like they're making a really good point. Why have another kid and you're not even gonna carry it? I didn't get that, but at the same time, I also feel if you can afford to have, like a bunch of kids, you have help or whatever. But I gotta be honest with y'all. Even if I had a whole lot of money, if I knew I was always out the house or whatever, I wouldn't be trying to have no more kids. She said, but how would they keep exactly, Miss Wakefield? It's like that don't even make any sense. But they be trying to make it like women nowadays working and being away from the house, it gives their husbands the right to step out on them. And I just don't agree. Because if the rules don't, let me not say the rules. If it was a man always out working and the woman was at home, it would be like, oh, and she cheating on him? Oh, it'd be like nose turned up, everybody mad. She the worst, woman in the world. But they're making a lot of excuses for these men. You can't leave no man at home, with no kids. And it's like, well, why not? Shit. Why not? We do it. And we're expected to stay faithful and not need sex and not need companionship and be strong and, honor this hardworking man. Why can't the men do it? I don't get that. Yeah, it's double standards. So I'm not gonna say maybe that, because I said earlier, well, maybe that's why he started cheating. I'm not giving him no pass because first of all, they're gospel singers. You ain't cheating on no worldly woman. You cheating on the woman of God, player. You done messed up. Okay, you finna be broke, ugly, dirty, dingy, dusty. You ain't you finna you done blocked all your blessings. Okay, you probably ain't gonna be able to
have no good money coming in ever again. Okay. So I'm not giving him no pass. Cause why couldn't you get hire some help for them kids and be on the road with your wife, writing some songs, singing back up, cleaning the drums off, disinfecting the mic. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's plenty of things you could have been doing on the road with your wife. Y'all feel me? Like, all right, shoot, giving a word before a performance, or so you could have became a part of the team. Anything, all right. Anything. You knew that she was a gospel singer, but did he know she was a gospel singer before they got married? I'm finna do my research. Shoot. There's plenty of things you could have done, sir. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, there it go, y'all. Whew. The water helped clear my throat, but the Sprite is now I'm burping. And that's why I was drinking my Sprite because I needed to burp. She said, I love my husband. He as a provider, but I work hard. You never Hold on, let me reread this. I love my husband as a provider, but I work hard. You will never get a chance to throw it up in my face what you did for me and mine. I know that's right, Miss Wakefield. I know that's right. Well, I see people leaving, and honestly, y'all, I'm a little tired. It's 14 people in here. Y'all hit the like button. You know, even if you don't like me, hitting the like button ain't gonna kill you. And you know what, Miss Wakefield? One day you gonna tell me what I need to take accountability for, okay? All right. But I don't know. Maybe I need to pray about it because it's bothering me too much. It really is. But I'm not gonna lie. I like when I ask questions to people, I like to get answers. And when people ask me a question, I like answers. I don't like cliffhangers about something, really about anything. I be wanting to know what people y'all know that's really a pet peeve of mine. My husband knows that like you can't ask me something. You can't ask me something and because it's gonna stick with me. I'm gonna be like, what was you trying to tell me? Or if you start now I will say I've gotten much better. And if you start to tell me something and then you be like, never mind, I'll let that go. Because I do that too. I will start to tell somebody something and then I'll say never mind. And some it depending on who you are, you could probably get it up out of me. But I stopped doing that because I noticed that sometimes people get like really irritated because they be like, and it's like, no, I don't like doing that. So I'll pray about it before I disclose whatever information. And a lot of times I just listen to my discernment, like, nah, they don't need to know that. She said, I don't want to say it the wrong way. This isn't my first time telling you this. Really? Okay. Hmm. Oh no, y'all. Maybe I was supposed to come live so I could. Y'all, why I didn't feel like I don't know if I should tell y'all that, but something wonderful happened. I didn't feel like going and doing something, y'all, and I went and um I ended up blessing someone and I also ended up blessing myself. Let me tell y'all something like y'all know when they say when you don't feel like going to church, that's when you really need to go or um that's been happening to me a lot. Like I go to church, I just started going back to Bible study because I had stopped going for a while. Because y'all, I was just tired. I was really feeling a little overwhelmed with a lot of the things cuz I don't just go to like a religious organization. Um we talk a lot about spiritual things. And um for me, it was just becoming overwhelming. trying to because I was like, let me tell y'all something. I take things to the extreme sometimes. Um and I think spirituality was becoming, and that was the thing, y'all, like the enemy. I hate saying the devil. It's really because he's our enemy, right? Like for real. But the enemy um had me looking at certain things like I had to be perfect, like, without flaws. And if I, made a mistake, like an honest mistake, that is just like the end of the world. And so, I just kind of just like I stopped going, but I never stopped going to church. And I even found other ways to supplement I must say studying the Bible, which is really just like it don't matter. I'm not gonna tell y'all what it is, but anyway. So I shouldn't have said reading the Bible. I should have said actual Bible study, because it's not like I started reading another book or anything like that. But long story short, y'all, um, I've started going back to Bible study. And when I tell y'all that I absolutely needed that little break that I went on. But supplementing, because I found myself somewhere different that goes even deeper into we gonna say Christian spirituality. And I liked it more because they were actually talking about like real things that we go through as believers and what we experience, and how people can look at us like we're crazy. And I felt more I'm gonna say accepted, because it's like, oh, y'all keeping it real, right? But now that I'm back in Bible study, I feel like I don't it's just not as heavy anymore, because now I no longer feel like I have to be perfect. Do y'all follow me? It's like um I think the world has changed a lot when it comes to believing in a higher power. Um and I'm especially going to say Christianity, because there was a time where Christianity was just like super religious, and there was no place for people like myself and others who are like more into spirituality. And um I found a place, where it's like, you know, hey, I kind of saw something. And it'd be like, what? You saw that too? And um I think anytime you believe in something, especially like God or whatever, it's good to feel accepted by your peers or other believers. Like, and it's really good to have people around you that will encourage you, and they kind of, have the same viewpoints, and you're not like the weirdo, you know, not, and that's the funny thing, y'all. Nobody called me a weirdo. Like nothing. It was just kind of all in my head. And but I believe that, God knew that, and He was like, it's okay. I'll find you somewhere else to go. But I do think we should read our Bibles. And I don't feel that church is like the end all be all. And some people are really religious, and they feel like only the pastor can do certain things and create certain groups and stuff like that. And anything outside of that goes against God. And what I will say is, as long as, like the people that you're surrounded with, are striving for a relationship with God, they're professing that Jesus Christ is the Lord and Savior, and everything they believe is biblical, and not just like them making up stuff and coming up with stuff, I think you're good. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I had a real problem, because I'm like, this lifestyle looks like it's so hard, but it's like I'm shedding a lot of stuff, and it's not weird at all, y'all, because nobody's forcing me to do anything. I just want to grow, and I just want to be different than my than my, I'm gonna say, my younger self, because um I never felt really grounded or rooted in anything. I just kind of felt up in the wind, and I thought I liked it that way, but I just don't. I really believe that I liked being, I'm gonna say, unhappy, because when I think about my mindset, when I think about a lot of my actions, when I think about like my behavior and the way I responded to things, the way I went about things, I was just an unhappy person. And I think church has done me some good, but it's not the building, it's not um, validation, or it's literally because, I want to have a relationship with God. And he has like laws. And what I mean by laws is, I mean, well, shoot, it's in the Bible. He has laws and rules and regulations that benefit me spiritually, as a person. And I'm gonna say this: if you ain't never opened up your Bible, open it up to Galatians and read the fruits of the spirit, and read the manifestations of the flesh. Read first of all, read Matthew, okay? Read where Jesus was saving and healing everybody. Okay? Like, but Galatians is a book that really helped me see myself. And where is, I think fits of rage. I don't know. Is that in Galatians? I don't know where that is, y'all, but she said, go to church, give you strength, but you have to walk it like you talk it. She said, you're the church, the temple. She said, but you have to. She said, huh? I know what you're saying, Miss Wakefield. But yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it a whole lot. And I have my days where I really struggle with certain. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. There are days where I really struggle with certain teachings. But um if you, I'm gonna just say this: if you really want a relationship with God, He'll change you right under your nose. Like, you won't even realize it. Um, you just won't even realize. Like, you'll see yourself totally different. You'll see other people different. You'll see everything. Everything will be different. It'll be like, you know what? Now, I'm not saying, I'm just perfect and all healed and stuff, y'all, because it's some stuff I tell my mother, I don't want to talk about that. Like, because it's really something deep seated for me, deep rooted. And it's like, I haven't made peace with it, or I don't know how to give it to God yet. But y'all want to know something? Every time I tell that lady that, in the same breath, about 30 minutes later, it's something different. It'd be like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just give it to the Lord, because, you know, so yeah, I don't know, y'all. Maybe one day in the future, I'll start a community center for it'll be a Christian community center, and people come there and get delivered and healed of their problems. Because when I tell y'all, I could preach about freedom and peace of mind all day, but I would probably sound crazy to y'all. So I just keep it to myself and give it to people that I know are actually listening. And but I will tell y'all, it's a lot of times I want to go live and just start like talking to people, not people directly, but talking to the people, because you never know Who's really listening and who needs to hear it? And I also know that I'm not ready for that either, y'all, because it's like once you start, if you're going to be a preacher, an evangelist, a minister, you a person of the cloth, it's just certain things you cannot be seen doing and you shouldn't do and you shouldn't want to do. Now, that's my own personal belief. Unless you have stepped down and you have your reasons of why you're choosing not to preach. But if you actively in the church and you actively preaching and teaching and people respect you and you ministering, I personally just can't be on YouTube with this foolishness. So I have a standard for myself as well. This ain't just about other people. This is really the standard I would have. Like, if I went and became an evangelist, y'all wouldn't see me on YouTube entertaining none of this foolishness because, baby, God he ain't in none of this mess. Like, for if you read the Bible for real, if you read the Bible for real, y'all, the Holy Spirit can't be in certain places. He just can't. Okay, like, God don't like mess. He don't. God don't bless no mess. He don't like no mess. He don't. But um, hold on, y'all. Somebody just pulled up. Who is that? Y'all, I don't know what's going on outside, but somebody just pulled up, child. But anyway, yeah. So, and yeah. So I would really be on here preaching the gospel for real, y'all. Like, and I'm not saying that you can't believe in God and do some weird stuff because, baby, okay, I definitely know some people. And but I just me personally, y'all, if I really was to go that route in life and decide to like take on that burden, I wouldn't play with it on the internet or in life. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't even want to be seen as like, a Jamal Bryant or, and I'm not saying you can't make mistakes and decisions, y'all. That's not what I'm saying. But it's like I would take it really seriously because if you read the Bible, it says, the them folks gonna be held accountable on a whole nother level. And I just feel like I don't want that burden of, being responsible for for people's souls, their salvation. And if I deter someone, from, you know, God, that would just actually it would break my heart in real time. Forget being a pastor, to be like, what? But you know what? I also recognize that if you're going to take on that, you have to have a strong mind. You have to be very secure in who you are. You have to be willing to forgive yourself and others easily because that's a heavy weight. And you can't be sitting around bound and caught up in misery of really anything. You gotta have a strong, deep faith in God. And that's not easy for everybody. But I will say this. This lady that was teaching in this class, she was teaching us something. She was like, when people say that they don't go to church and, all the churches, they just want money and she was like, there are billions of churches on earth and you telling me ain't none of them good? Not one, not one. And even though I'm not the kind of person that's like that towards the church, but I was like, you're making a really good point. People have their reasons, excuses, traumas of why they don't go to church, but isn't it interesting how we go to a restaurant and we eat some bad food? We will search for a better restaurant than that restaurant to find some good food. Why not do that for church? I'm going to say that again. I'm going to say it again. Isn't it funny how we will go to a restaurant and we don't like the food, but we'll search for a restaurant that's better than that place and its food, but we won't do that for a church. So if you're going to church or if you've been to church and you didn't like the pastor, why not go find you a church where you like your pastor? If you are going to church and you feel like you're not getting anything out of it, why not go to another church that you're actually getting something from, out of it? And then there's also a lot of times you go to church looking for something, but you're actually supposed to give. And I'm not talking about your money. There may be someone there that needs to hear your testimony. There may be someone there that needs to be fed spiritually. There may be someone like it's so many things we can do inside of the church or for the church with the church that has nothing to do with money at all. And I'm like, well, hello. um, we go to clubs. Then y'all, I saw this lady on Facebook. I think she's the pastor's first lady. I think she's married to a pastor. And she was like, boy, like she's real about Jesus, y'all. But she was like, boy, ain't it funny how, you know, people be lined up for concerts and lined up, to see these celebrities, hundreds and thousands of dollars of tickets, worth money worth of tickets. But when the church asks for an offering or for you to pay your tithes, you get an attitude. I said, so you will pay to go see Beyonce. You'll pay to go see Beyonce. But you got a problem with giving the pastor $20, a love offering? Or if the pastor says he would like $120 love offering, which in my opinion, I don't know what you need that money for, but what's wrong with giving your pastor $120? You'll give Beyonce $120. You will give Usher $120. You will give Dr. Umar 100. Like it's like, you know what? You're absolutely right. What's wrong with paying your tithes? What was wrong with that? Oh, y'all be using our money for this and that. But do y'all know that there are real tithers out here? People that you look at every single day. You wouldn't even know. I learned there's a few people in my family that are like real tithers, y'all. And don't ask them to borrow no money. Because they gonna say, if you would pay your tithes, or because I know for a fact somebody, I'm not gonna say who, because I don't know who listening to my live right now in my family. I know somebody was in here in my live in my family, but I know for a fact that there's somebody in my family that asks for money all the time, but they refuse to go to church. They got a problem with going to church. They can't give none of their time to God. They don't pray. You know what I'm saying? But, they want, and it's like, if you know what I'm saying? Like, if you Give a little bit of your time to God. He will give you some time and some money, like for real. Okay? Because I was looking at it like, well, I can't afford to pay my tithes. And y'all, I was someone on YouTube actually. I'm gonna share her live out because she did a live about financial stability, like how to get your finances together. And she literally said she tithed her way out of debt. And I was like, huh? And someone else told me in my real life, like, yeah, I tied my way. I'm like, how do you like? I think a lot of people think God is like a genie or something, and what I mean by a genie is a fairy tale. That he's not even real. He's not even up there. But how can you hear someone say that they have financial debt, and not just one person, but multiple people? There is like so many. If y'all go on YouTube and y'all if you like faith-based commentary, because I do, I love listening to faith-based commentary. Um, I have my preference. I'm not gonna say who and what because it really just depends on how that person sounds and if they're actually speaking from a place of experience. If they're also keeping it Bible and not just all over the place. But how can you say that God is not real, or because some people even say that when they were paying tithes, which is true, back in the day, it wasn't necessarily money. It was 10% of, their crops, or we gonna say cows and rabbits. I don't know, food type stuff. It wasn't money. But how can you say 10% of anything that you give to God, He won't give you back more of? How can you believe that when there's all these people in the world who have good testimonies, powerful testimonies, truthful testimonies? Y'all rather focus on the negative. Y'all rather focus on and it's not that you even want to focus on it. I don't even think a lot of y'all realize that that's like the spirit. That's It's the enemy, and how he comes in to keep up confusion, chaos, and drama to keep you away from God. See, this is why I don't be wanting to come live and talk about this, because I know some people gonna get mad and think I'm crazy, and it's like y'all ain't finna beat me up, okay? But for some reason, I just don't care right now. But it's the truth. It's like God be out here doing wonderfuls for people, wonders for people, miracles, and it's like the majority rather focus on the negative. You know what I'm saying? They just want to focus on the negative. And me personally, I like to stay away from them people. Okay. She said, "My passed away 2 weeks ago and I never paid a tithe." She said, "It's about a relationship." She said, "It's not fine. It's not, but wait, well, let me go to the top. Let me go to the top. It's not but finding a church. It's about a relationship with God. We have to search ourselves and ask God that is anything that is in us to take it out and cleanse me. Love you, Vaughn. Seek God more than people. My aunt passed. She said she never paid a tithe." I mean, I'm not gonna speak against your aunt, Miss Wakefield, because she is no longer here. But from my own understanding of, who God is and what He does, for you, I believe in paying tithes. I do. I believe that that's also a part, a very key part in having a relationship with God. It may not be the most important, but it's a key part in having a relationship with God. Like a lot of people feel you don't have to go to church to have a relationship with God. That's true, but I disagree. And I'm going to tell you why I disagree. Because church is about community, and it should be about, but I'm going to say that's what my church is about. It's about holding each other accountable. You know what I'm saying? Not, you don't have to feel alone. You don't have to feel weird. And even though I experienced some of those things in my church, but there was a reason for it. It wasn't because anything anybody in my church had done to me personally, or anything that bad happened. It was just within me. So what God did for me was is that he didn't take me out the church. I never stopped going to church. Um he put me somewhere else, and so that it could be more, I'm gonna say, there was more freedom. No, that's not necessary. No, yeah, it is true. I had more freedom to understand that no believer is perfect. Um and basically build my own strength, in God. And but that's a story for another day. But church is needed. I don't care what nobody say. If I don't see, I'm gonna say this in my own experience, people who stop going to church and they have their own relationship with God usually don't like being corrected. You can't tell them nothing. It be a whole bunch of stuff going on that, and then they be like, well, only God can judge me, and it's like that's I don't understand people like that. I just don't. And that's just my opinion. It's like, oh, I don't like y'all church people. And it's like all church people are not the same. Like I said, I just like to stay away from certain kind of people, because it's like, if that wasn't your experience with me personally, or even like, have you tried to give another church another chance, or did you just give up altogether? I just don't believe in that. And staying to yourself and all of that, like, it's like literally biblical, okay, not go to church. Like, for real. Like, for real, for real. People have such a problem with church. She said she paid all the time but was mean as hell. 10% is what we need to give. Yeah. I mean, it's mean people everywhere. I don't know. I don't know. Some people are mean spirited. They are. They're mean spirited. It's me. Let me tell y'all something. It's I know someone who's real mean spirited and they go to church. Now that I don't be understanding. Oh, she said no, my aunt paid all the time. Okay. Thank you for the text message, y'all. Y'all just look, it's time for me to go to bed because I'm not reading. I thought she was saying her aunt didn't pay her tithe, but she said she paid all the time but was mean as hell. Oh, okay. Hmm. She said, all I'm trying to say, just because you go to church, that doesn't make you right. Yeah, no, I agree. No, I agree. Hell, excuse me. Yes, I believe that. Yes, I know that. Like, first of all, when I started going to church, y'all, I didn't feel like I needed to go. I felt like church was the last place I needed to be, because I felt like you had to go to church and be perfect. That's really, really what I thought. Like you can't, and see that's the misconception about God is that you have to go to, you can't go to him as you are. Y'all know what I just realized is that that is the biggest misconception, that if you go to church you're not going to still sin, whether it's intentionally or unintentionally. That is why we're supposed to repent daily. Now I will say this: the more you go to church, the more you should change. The more you go to church, the more you should change. So if you know somebody that's been in church their whole life and they're still the same person, I'm talking about being mean, I'm talking about still doing drugs. I'm talking like, so I'm gonna say this. It's been about a year now since I've been going to church every Sunday, right? Now y'all heard me say I had stopped going to Bible study, right? Y'all heard me say that, right? Okay. Now listen. It's been about a year since I've been consistently going to church and I got saved and baptized. My attitude has changed. I can honestly say, y'all, my attitude has changed. My faith has increased. Now, I will be honest and say there's some other things in my life that seems to be the same, but I have, let me not even say seems to be the same. It is the same. I just have a different outlook on it. That's it. So I feel like by this time next year, there should be more change. Like that's just what I believe. Like there should be some type of growth from going to church. You should know some scriptures in the Bible. You should like it should just it really should be some type of change inside of you, around you. And I think that's the difference between religious belief and spirituality belief. Like when you over there in the religious stuff, you kind of just, you know, you just different. But when you want a relationship, you're developing a relationship, striving for a relationship with God, there should be some type of change. And to me, that's where the spiritual aspect comes in it, because there's a change in your spirit, which leads to a change in your mind, which leads to a change in your behavior, which leads to a change in lifestyle. Like, that's what it should be. Hey, bro, I'm finna go to bed now, and you up. Now everybody want to wake up. No, let me stop. But I mean, am I alone in thinking that? Am I alone in believing that? That if you go to church, for example, if you've been working at it, see, let me see. Here's the thing: when it comes to um church, I like the teachings where they related to life. So if you've been on a job for 10 years and you haven't been promoted, you haven't elevated, you haven't saved any money, you still going through the same financial hardships, there's something wrong, right? There's something wrong. So if you're going to church and you still um your I'm gonna say your heart posture hasn't changed, your attitude ain't changed, you still fleshy, you're more fleshy than spirit. I'm gonna say that the baby, it's a problem. You still cussing, you still drinking, smoking. And I'm not talking about um I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I have more of a problem with nicotine and weed than I do alcohol. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because nicotine is my habit, and I don't like it. I think it's ugly. I think it's nasty. I think it's very, 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 very non-feminine like. And these are the thoughts that I had about cigarettes way before I started smoking, right? But if you read your Bible, the Bible tells you to drink, eat, drink, and be merry, right? Remember, that's what Jesus said, right? But you have people out here who drink to get drunk, and they abuse alcohol, and then they lose their privilege to drink and enjoy themselves, have a good time. So if you start going to church and you stop drinking or whatever, or you start going to church and you still an alcoholic, you've been in church for 10 years and you still an alcoholic, it's something not right, is what I'm trying to say. You shouldn't be an alcoholic and you going to church every Sunday. Okay. You feel me? You at some point you should want to stop getting drunk. You feel me? Like, for real. If you going to church and you sleeping with somebody's husband, you should stop sleeping with somebody's husband at some time in them 10 years of going to church. If you going to church and you a prostitute, at some point in time you should stop wanting to whoring yourself out. Okay? So I feel like, so I'm gonna say this. So by this time next year, y'all, I shouldn't be a smoker. But all jokes aside, though, that's my goal. Like, I'm not even being funny, because it seems like since I've started addressing, my, like, really looking at it, examining it, why I started, what triggers me to why I need it. It's like, I really want to give this over to God. But I gotta tell y'all, some addiction is real. Okay. I ain't making no excuses. I really thought it would be so easy to quit, but it's not. It's not easy to quit at all. And I just want y'all to say, I mean, I want y'all to know I'm not judging anybody by any standard at all, but I will say I regret judging people for smoking when I was younger, cuz like I said, I used to think it was so nasty. I really do regret judging people and being like, why she just won't quit, you know. And I'm only talking about cigarettes, y'all. I'm not talking about weed or crack or cocaine, cuz I know those things are even harder to break than a cigarette. But I get it now, because it's like once you start, it's almost like you still shit. I feel like it's just as hard as what they say, you know, with crack and cocaine, because they say with crack and cocaine you forever chasing a high. That's kind of how I feel about cigarettes. Like, the very first time I took a puff of a cigarette, y'all, that shit was magical. I ain't felt that way since the first time. So, yeah, yeah. Hey, Miss Linda, but yeah, it's all the same to me. Like, all this stuff is hard to break, and that's why I would never do drugs ever. Like, I call myself wanting to do a little something for my 30th birthday, and I just thank God that I couldn't get my hands on no damn X pill or nothing, because around that time everybody was doing X, and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna have the best sex ever," and I'm glad, because from what I'm hearing, people are addicted to X now, y'all. Like, it's so much. Like, I heard, and I actually believe this, that the weed that the new generation is smoking ain't the same weed they were smoking back in the 70s. I believe that, because some people can't get high before they eat. They can't get high before they got to get high before they go to work. And ain't that how the crackheads be? They can't. And I'm not trying to be funny, but it's like, Nah, fam. You know, you give a crackhead some crack and they clean the whole house. You know, sell all the TVs. You know what I'm saying? Wash cars, paint a whole roof, reshed. Y'all know what I'm trying to say when you gotta re-put the shingles up on the roof and stuff. It's like that's how a lot of these weed heads be, and it's like, damn. Well, what's in the weed? She said it's the same if they grow it. My grandmother told me that they spray tobacco with chemicals. They spray menthol cigarettes with chemicals so it'll taste like menthol and nicotine and stuff. And I was like, really? Cause yeah. So mm but I will say, yeah, it's a very hard habit to break once you start. And I started old. I have not been smoking my whole life. I started smoking literally. I was 29 when I had my first cigarette, y'all. I was 29 years old when I started smoking, and I regret it. I really do. I regret it. So y'all pray for me that I quit, but it's hard, man. It is really it's a fierce addiction. She said, Latrina, addiction is addiction. Miss Linda, what you doing up this late? Miss Linda, how have you been? You don't hit panels no more. You don't talk to us no more. Do you still travel? I used to like your traveling shorts and when you would post on the community wall. I want to be a travel channel, y'all, but I gotta wait till my kids get grown. Cause ooh, y'all, have y'all heard of pump foil surfing? I've been watching videos of this girl. It's other content creators. Y'all look up pump foil surfing. Look it up. It is the coolest thing in the world. It's a surfboard, but it's like a long pole, and the pole spreads out into like a shape of an airplane. I wish I knew what the prop how to like properly explain it. But I've been watching this girl uh pump foil surf. And y'all, it looked like she just gliding on water. It's the coolest thing in the world. Now y'all know I can't swim. But I told my daughter, I said I'm finna learn how to swim this summer so I can do that. And she was like, oh, like y'all, she looked at me, she was like, okay, because she don't understand. She said, I'm doing outstanding. I don't do a lot of YouTube because it's not nice. Like you said, once you know better, you do better. I know that's right, Miss Linda. Like for real. But y'all got to look it up. It's called pump foil surfing. And it is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Like, I don't like water at all, really. But the way this girl be gliding on this damn surfboard, and she's a windsurfer too. I've never been interested in. She said I travel every other month. Okay, Miss Linda, that's what's up. I'm glad you be enjoying yourself, girl, enjoying your life. But I told my daughter, I was like, I'm gonna learn how to swim so I can learn how to do this. But this girl, y'all, she been competing in like the Olympics and stuff since she was very, very young. So I might fall in the water and drown trying to pump surf and be cool. But I think it looks, I'm like, it literally looked like she's like gliding on water. Like I've never seen anything like this. And like I said, it's not just her who does it. There's like men, there's other women, but I specifically like watching her do it because she just does it so gracefully and like easily. But like I said, she's competed in like water sport Olympics and stuff. So she's a professional at it. But y'all, it looks so freaking cool. I was like, this shit look dope. Like I would totally do this. She said, I'm up because I have been sleeping all night. It's morning now. Well, yeah, it is. It's about to be the morning. Y'all ain't got to put me to shame. I'm up because honestly, y'all, I don't know why I'm up. I can't even. I've been up all day. I closed my eyes around, I want to say maybe 3:30, and I woke up right around 4 o'clock, and I was up after that. I didn't go back to sleep. Yeah, I haven't even had a chance to watch TV today. I have not had a chance to watch my little show or nothing. So, because like I was telling y'all, I didn't started back going to Bible study. She said, I love the water. My friends call me a fish. Miss Linda, you be swimming and stuff? I put my feet in the water. If I can walk in the pool, I'm going. But once it get too deep, I'm not going down there. No. She said, I'm happy you haven't watched TV. Miss Linda, you remember my old lives where I would talk about what I saw on TV and you'd be like, Vaughn, you can't believe everything you see on TV. But you know what, Miss Linda? I don't watch TV like that anymore. I can honestly say I be on YouTube watching faith-based content. Um if I watch TV, it's a movie based on true events or like a documentary. Um there's only one reality TV show I'm really invested in, and that's Married to Medicine. But other than that, no, I don't watch TV. I really would like to read more, but I feel like every time I grab a book and try to read when it's quiet, one of my kids, only time I really get to read the Bible is really late at night, um, and in the early morning. But other than that, no, I don't watch a bunch of TV no more. I listen to what is it, sermons, testimonies. Um, I be watching live streams, where people talk about, like I said, faith based content. But I don't spend a whole lot of my time watching TV. Or if I watch a movie, it's something that I already see. I've already watched. She said my TV is on all the time on mute. You know what, Miss Linda? I do that sometimes. KJ get mad though because sometimes I just be needing the house to be quiet. I'll be like, "You can watch this cartoon, but you got to put it on mute." He'd be like, "But mommy, why?" So now I just turn it down to the lowest volume where we can hear and it's not too loud. But sometimes I just grab the remote and I put it on mute, and he'd be looking at me like, "What?" And I'm like, "KJ, it's too much noise going on." Like, and y'all, my kids act like they deaf. Like, do y'all remember being young like that? Because I don't remember blasting it, but my mama said we did. I don't remember blasting the TV so loud. That's why I keep trying to tell you, I feel like I'm getting old, okay? Like, the TV be too dang on loud. It be like blasted. She said, you have to remember there's no children at my house. Girl, Miss Little, let me tell you, I love when he go for nap time. I love when he lays down for nap time because it be so quiet. And sometimes during the day, I take a nap with him. But I haven't been taking naps throughout. But y'all know what too? It's getting warm outside. And I don't sleep a whole lot in the summer. I sleep more in the winter. When it's like cozy and feel good and stuff like that. But I don't do that. So maybe that's why I haven't been able to sleep good because I know it's getting warm outside. And my body is just not as tired. I don't know. She said, I understand. I've been there years ago. Child, listen. All right, y'all. I'm finna go. I'm finna go though. I hope everybody enjoys their day. Um, I don't know. I talked a whole bunch about nothing. I talked a little bit about YouTube. I talked a little bit about real life. I don't know. I just talked about a whole bunch of everything. But I hope y'all enjoy y'all day if you have to go to work. I hope you have a good day at work. If you don't have a job, I just hope you have a blessed day, drama free. You don't snap on nobody in your real life on the internet. Um, but before I go, she said, yes, the weather is breaking and Auntie be outside. But before I go though, I just want to say that, yeah, I probably won't be live again. Yeah, that's my alarm. Going off telling me to get up and read my Bible. But guess what? I'm already up. But I really do hope I don't think I'm gonna go live again this month on this channel because I'm kind of busy. Like I'm not even being funny. I was talking about, change and growth and stuff, and there are some days where I miss being live all night and just talking and talking and talking. But I don't know, y'all. It's a lot of days I really don't be having nothing to say at all. Like I just like sitting in silence. Um, I'll talk to my mother, and I don't really be wanting to talk to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like really anybody. Uh, I kind of like, not being seen sometimes, not heard from. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know. I think it's just all a part of my little journey that I'm going through. Learning new things, chewing on it. Trying to cultivate it into my life, changing some things, changing my attitude, changing my mindset. But yeah. And honestly, a lot of my conversation, in my opinion, is faith based, like things that I really, really want to talk about on a live stream. Because I come up with ideas for content, y'all. Like I have a couple of notes saved in my phone of like, oh, I'm gonna do a live about this, I'm gonna do a live about that. And I really wanted to do a live about manifestation. Um, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't be feeling up to par to do it. And the reason that I feel that way is because I'm still learning. And if I'm gonna do something, I'd rather it be right, so that I'm secure in doing it. But I'm gonna tell y'all something I've been learning too. That we never stop learning ever. Like we never stop learning. We we're not gonna be like, uh-oh, y'all, hold on. My bad, y'all. That was the mister. He was asking me a question. She say, hey, where did you go? Yeah, I'm back. No, I told y'all to hold on. But I don't be feeling like I'm up to par in doing it because um I'm still learning a lot myself. It's like I have a good full understanding about a few things, but I would like to learn more before, because you never know if people are gonna have like questions, and you also don't want to give people the wrong information. And but I be having all types of ideas, but it's like, I want to at least know what I'm talking about. She said, no, I said everyone go. She said, hey, where did everyone go? Oh, I don't know, Miss Linda. I think they left. I have been up here just talking and about nothing. But yeah, I be wanting to do stuff, but it be like, nah. And then y'all want to know something too? There's nothing like having information and you're in a conversation and you can just, you don't have to do a whole live on it. You could just hit a panel and chime in. I do like doing that because I do like doing that. And I'm like, I don't be feeling like going live, and some days like I just don't. It'd be like I don't feel like it. I'm just over here in my little corner, and I be enjoying it. You know. Oh, y'all hear the birds? Can y'all hear that? Y'all hear the birds? All right, y'all. I'm finna. She said, "Oh, I see you have been on for a little while. I'm the only one engaging in your conversation." Miss Linda, you can sit in the bushes. Look, I'm finna go now. I'm finna go, but yeah. So I don't think I'm gonna go live anymore in April. If I do, I do, but I don't think so. Cause yeah, I think I've been. Oh, that's what I want to tell y'all. Miss Linda, why you laughing? Listen, listen, listen. All jokes aside, y'all. Remember a while back when I said I think I just want to go back to being a subscriber. I enjoy being a subscriber. I do. Don't get me wrong. I like hitting panels, but there are even some days where I don't want to hit a panel. I just want to be in the chat. And I just want to enjoy the content. I don't want to talk. But y'all want to know something? I do enjoy giving my opinion about stuff. I do. I was like, I like doing this. Like I do. I like being a part of the conversation. Um, but yeah, in real life though, y'all, in real time, when it's just me and my kids and my husband, we just kind of enjoy each other's company. And I've been liking that a lot. Like my kids, first of all, my kids love the fact that I'm not on the phone all the time no more. And I don't blame them because there were times where I was exhausted from my phone ringing and me making phone calls. And that's no shade to anybody. That's just honest to God truth. Like, um, silence is not a bad thing. It's not something to run from. And you know what? Maybe that's a live I can do because I think like a lot of people don't realize that it's okay to be like in silence. I know for me, it did. I can't say it bothered me. I can't see. Yeah, I see. This is what I mean when I say it's some stuff that I want to talk about, but I'm not. Let me not say I don't feel up to par. I don't know how to talk about it. I don't without making it all about myself. And it's like I want to be able to do like content and not always just talk about myself. I would like to broaden my perspectives on things so that I'm not so one-sided about certain things. But I'm kind of biased when it comes to my own experience because it's my experience. I'm going to be biased by nature, but I do feel that some people need to understand that sitting in silence isn't a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. You can focus, you can hear from God, number one, but it's good to just sit with yourself and not be like, you know, it's good. It's good for the soul for real. She said, I enjoy being a subscriber, but I will let the host know I'm in the chat supporting. Well, Miss Linda, I appreciate your support. I love that you support me. I think you've been around long enough. You remember when I first came on the YouTube scene, so I really appreciate your support. I know, we ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about that. But You wanted it. I could say you're a day one subscriber. But that just reminded me of something. But I will say I know you're loyal to people that you really like and love. And I got three people in mind when I say that. And I'm just gonna say shout out to them. I'm not gonna say no names, even though I'm cool with all three of them people. But um, I do know Miss Linda is she's a loyal person, and she's not a flip flopper. I can honestly say that. I haven't seen Miss Linda be no flip flopper. Like if she don't come in your chat, it's for a real good reason. And I know for a period of time when she wasn't in my chat, it was for a good reason. And I think Miss Linda know exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm finna go, y'all. I'm finna go because I gotta get these kids up at 6 o'clock every day, and school is a. She said I do. Yeah, you remember Miss Linda? You remember? Listen, all I'm gonna say is thank God. Okay, that I got my head on my shoulders, good and right. Okay, cause baby. But yeah, I'ma see y'all when I see y'all. I hope I see y'all on the YouTube street. I don't know y'all. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. Okay. YouTube can be fun. Okay. I'm not knocking nobody that be on here because, but man, okay, it's some dangerous stuff going on. That um I heard somebody got shot in the Pokemon sector, y'all. She said, Vaughn, people don't know. I've heard a lot. Yeah. You know what, Miss Linda? I'm sure you have. Like for real. I'm sure you have because I know I hear a lot. It's some people I have listened to. They don't even know what I know. And I've never had a conversation with them behind the scenes. I only know what I've heard out of their own mouth about themselves. They don't even know I know because they don't even know I'm there because I be in the bushes. But yeah, YouTube can be a yeah. So I don't know. Like me personally, I feel like a lot of this stuff be petty nonsense. But I heard somebody got shot, y'all. I heard somebody got shot, and I was like, wow. Mm, mm, mm. And that is another reason. I don't know, Miss Linda. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. I literally heard because somebody was telling me that somebody. First of all, I didn't know that there was a Pokemon sector. Did y'all know that there's a Pokemon sector? I didn't know that. I had no idea that there was a Pokemon sector. But yeah, they got shot over some YouTube stuff. So I say stay out the way. Pretty girl coming through. Me and my crew. No, but for real though, stay out the way of unnecessary drama. If you can't laugh at it, click off of it. If it's gonna trigger you, log off. For real. And y'all want to know something else too? It's a few people that don't believe me at all when I say I don't listen to certain people. They don't believe me, and I'm said, I said, do you think I would be as at peace as I am if I was sitting up listening to people drag me all day every day? They don't believe me. She said, I heard someone I used to listen to is now as well as they were. He is a young person. Okay, let me read it again. I heard someone I used to listen to is now as well as they were is a young person. Hmm. I will say, hmm. Oh, she said I heard someone I used to listen to now is not as well as they were. He is a young person. Oh, yeah, that sucks. Yeah, it's. I will say this too. Now that I'm thinking about it, there are some people I'm not even subscribed to anymore, y'all, and they do still pop up in my whatchamacallit, and it's literally only because they're talking about me or they have something to do with somebody that's talking about me, and I think that is so messy of the internet. But I do click on their channels and look. I do. I'm not gonna tell that lie that I don't look. But if I see a live that look like it's about me, I don't listen to it. In fact, I don't even listen to their commentary that they do on other people, and that's the honest to God truth, y'all. Because it's it's it's, it's not worth it. It's just not to me. Mm-mm, it's not. She said it's so many people I'm not subscribed to. I don't watch. Yeah, I don't watch the Miss Linda. When I say I don't be watching these people, I don't. I watch. I'm subscribed. In fact, some people that I'm not even subscribed to that are like faith based channels, they pop up in my algorithm too. And I don't watch all their content. I pick and choose what I want to listen to. It'd be like, ooh, this is something I got going on, or ooh, I was thinking about this, or sometimes it just so happened I just click on it, but I don't be on here, y'all. She says so. It's okay. I read that already. All right, y'all, but I'm finna go. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Like I said, I hope everybody has a good day. Okay. I love y'all. I see y'all on the YouTube streets. Miss Linda, I'm so glad you came into my live. It's been a long time since I went live late at night. And the other night kind of was like, first of all, the other night wasn't supposed to happen at all, but it did. And hell, I looked up and it was 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. And it's been a long time since I did that. But yeah. But I see y'all. Okay. She said yes, they may pop up because it's an interest of yours. Yeah. But all right, y'all, I'm out. Y'all have a good day. If it's still nighttime in every area, I hope you enjoyed the show. Um oh well, and Miss Sawana probably didn't went to sleep. But I was gonna she said I'm glad you did it because you got some understanding. You know what, Miss Linda, I did. You know what? I'm glad you said that because that just reminded me. I did. I really did. And I wish I could have talked to Too Strong a little more. I do. And today I was thinking I should do a live where it's just me and her talk. But what brought me to the conclusion of no was just because I went back and I listened to my replay. And um I think that live happened by chance. Like it was something that was supposed to happen. But I didn't want to take the chance of being like, hey, let's just me and you talk on my panel or whatever. And um us arguing. That was my whole thing. It's like I really don't want to argue, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't want to argue with nobody, really. Like I can't do it. I just can't. I can't argue with nobody, y'all. It'd be too much. She said I say no because it's all understood now. Yeah, it was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave it where it's at and, move on. And that's it. But I did kind of feel like, I wish we could have talked more. Cause I know when I was listening to my replay, the last time she hit my panel, I started screaming, "I don't care no more! I don't care no more!" And I was like, "Yeah, see, nah, I don't want to get mad. I don't want to get mad. I don't want to do that. I don't want to get mad and do too much and be looking crazy." So I was like, I'm just gonna let it go. But all right, y'all, I'm gone. But yeah, Miss Linda, I'm glad that happened too. She said it's 5:19 a.m. I was so happy. Yeah, I'm sure. I think a lot of people. I will say, I think a lot of people was, like, y'all just talk. But and I will say this too, because the reason I went live was to talk about Jewel of God's comment. The subscribers, a lot of the times, y'all don't be understanding, you know, sometimes that we don't need to make up. I don't think y'all be understanding that because y'all enjoy the show. And I'm not talking about the bad show. I'm talking about the show of all of us coming together, and whether we're doing regular content, we talking about somebody. I think y'all like to see that. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm like that too. Okay. I'm like that too. If I see certain people on the panel together and I like their dynamic, if I don't see them together no more, it'll make me a little sad. Like, dang, what happened? But due to my own experience, I understand why it happens, because sometimes personalities just clash. And then the subscribers gotta pick a side, and it be all this unnecessary drama, and that should just be too much. And yeah. So she said, I think y'all made up, just no longer friends. I only know this side of YouTube. Yeah. Miss Linda, unfortunately, when it comes to like my real entertainment, I only know this side of YouTube too. And I don't, even though I may not be in the mess anymore, I'm still a part of it in some type of way. Whether it's because I support people, whether it's because people talking about me, or just because I like certain people for real. And I just like who I like. Even if you don't like me anymore, I still be like, let me go look and see what let me go see what they said about me. But I don't do that no more like that. I do go peek and be like, you still talking about me? Like, oh my God. But because I don't know. I think you can say I'm a weirdo like that too. Like, because I don't hate people. I don't know. I'm finna go, y'all. I'm talking too much. She said, I have to admit, I like when Sunshine fuss at people I don't know. Miss Linda, you know what's funny? I have laughed with Too Strong about some shit she done said about me. So I get what you talking about. It'd be like, girl, why you say that shit? But shit, I listen to my own replays of me fussing at people, and I be cracking up like, why did I do all that? Like, what? Why did I do all that? Why? So some of this shit be funny. Like, you have to admit it's entertaining. I don't care if you don't like the mess. Some of this shit be funny. It be like whether it's about you, the next person, some of it's funny. But when it gets too far and too much, it's too far and too much. And that's just the truth. Especially when people's feelings and families and stuff are being brought up, and it's like, nah, ain't nobody got time for that. She said, "We are not perfect people, just one of God's best." Oh, I'm gonna put that on the screen. Y'all see what Miss Linda said? She said, "We are not perfect people, just one of God's best." Okay, Miss Linda. Okay. I like that. I like that. But yeah, I ain't got no smoke with Sunshine or Mimi or really the other lady. But or the young man over there. They just don't like me. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It really is. I have my dislike of things and people they do too. So I'm taking accountability, Miss Wakefield. Well, now let me get off here, y'all. She said, "Yeah, I don't like when people die." Yeah, I don't like that either. I don't. I don't understand that. It's annoying because I'm nosy, but um, not that nosy. I don't need to know what your great grandma did when you was 5. I don't. I don't need to know that. I don't need to know what you did before I knew you off the internet. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to know. I don't need to know all of your business. I just don't. I really don't. I don't even ask people all of their damn business when we be behind the scenes, y'all. So when unnecessary business come out, it be like, why is you telling all these people business? It'd be like, what are you doing? Why are we doing that? I'm not that nosy. I'm not. I'm just not. Now I will say, depending on who you are and what you did, what you about, I'm gonna say this: if you did something to me, no, that's not even true. I was finna lie. I actually probably listen to you get dragged and roasted than I would listening to somebody dox you. Truth be told, yeah, because a drag and a roast is funny. What is doxing you doing besides putting me all in your business, things I don't need to know and don't care about? So yeah, that's yeah. There we go. But oh no, it seems like doxing seems to be dead now. Like the doxing errors are dead, done, and over with. So that's something to appreciate. It's something to appreciate. So all right, y'all. She said it's okay not to be like Miss Linda. Yeah, I'm okay with it. I really am okay with it. I can't control everything. She said, "Well, if you did something to me, so I'm done with them." Right. But all right, y'all. I'm finna go. I love y'all. Hit the like button on your way out. I will see y'all next time. I hope y'all don't hear my husband in there blowing his nose, but he's getting ready to go to work. And I'm about to get these kids ready for school. So I will see y'all later. Bye bye.